What's up, guys? Animal House here with Academy FM, and today we're going to go over 3 ways to chop vocals in Logic Pro. I'm going to start with the quickest way, in my opinion, and that is kind of similar to our second way, but we're going to take this and we're going to put on slicing. We are going to grab it and maybe knock down these slices a little bit, like this. Maybe a little bit more. That's good. Come on. Okay, then we're going to take it. We're going to say slice at transient markers. And then we're going to grab this whole thing. And then we're going to... Here, let's listen to the acapella real quick before we cut it up.
I count down slowly. When I get to 1, you're standing by my side.
So this acapella is from Cymatics, Elixir vocal pack. Slow down. This is just a nice clean acapella that we have to work with. So let's select all. Go down to convert to sampler track. And we're literally gonna go. We're gonna go all the way down. Okay, since we know this whole these are literally all the notes, so we know this whole acapella is in this the same key, D minor, like, you know, so it's easy. We can literally press anywhere on our keyboard and we should be getting the same key as long as we're in range of the sampler. So what this means is we can press any of these. So the way you could do that is maybe put some, well, that is how you know, quickly chop vocals. Like if you're trying to write a drop real quick, I like to do this sometimes, you know, just so I can quickly start chopping my acapella. So let's hear what that sounds like on the keyboard. I'm gonna make sure I'm in range too on the keyboard. There's a little too much reverb on here, but you guys get the whole point of how effective this can be real quickly. So that's one way to quickly chop vocals. The next way is real similar. Okay, so let's go back. Let's go to slicing. You go to the file, hit this, and then start stacking these puppies up. Uh-oh, it's looking like it's not wanting to slice. Let's let it load back. Okay, there it goes. Okay, so maybe not that much. Okay. Cool. So what we would do is now do the same thing. We would slice at we could slice at transients or flex markers. Let's do flex markers. That's going to be even more. This way is a little more slow, but it's a little more choppy in my opinion. So you're literally just going to take this out. We'll delete this chunk. We'll delete this chunk. The whole key is to get like a little bit different chops, right? So we'll bring these chunks in and we'll start going like this. It doesn't really matter. We're trying to get the bigger syllables anyway. And we're separating them just so we can hear. Okay. So let's hear these.
I count down slow.
So we start mixing and matching.
I count.
Let's go ahead and put in our reverb again, so we can start to hear the tails of the melody coming together. Also, let's fade these so we don't have like big transient tails or clicky tails. I mean, and you guys can, like, when you start hearing a melody, you can quickly make a melody this method. I know it's kind of more manual, but that's what's fun about it.
I count only E. I count only E. I count only E. I count only E.
So that didn't work right there, but this kind of, maybe this will work.
I count only E.
Vocal chopping can be really fun because it's like pretty creative in terms of like the writing process.
I count only E.
Maybe we can stick that in there. Essentially, this is like the first method, guys, but you're separating you're letting Logic make the cuts at the transients for you. But instead of throwing all the cuts into one sampler, you're separating them and then handpicking what you want.
I count only E. I count only E. I count. I count. I count. I count E only.
Mm.
I count only E. I count only E. I count only E.
So you guys see how you can get like rhythmic vocal melodies that way, without literally playing them on a keyboard through a sampler, which, in my opinion, is probably more melodic. But this is more of like a sampler sound, like you're sampling like a record or something, kind of like the old school hip hop heads would do. You know, it sounds more like sampling than throwing on a sampler and playing a melody. Okay, let's go over this last way I like. This way we do not have to slice anything. Let's get our acapella here if we can. Come on, man. Logic Smart Snap can be off, as you guys I'm sure know. Okay, cool. I don't know why my Logic does that sometimes. Let me know in the comments. The gray out, if you guys have that problem too. This is like 10.3, I think. I should probably just update it.
Try to be patient.
Okay, so this is the third way, guys. And the way we're going to do that here is we're going to throw on LFO tool. And LFO tool is like, you know, a really common filter and volume shaper from X4 Records, the dude who makes Serum. It's a great plugin. I think you guys should have it. And it works really well for chopping vocals. So essentially how we're going to do this is we're going to, you know, find a downbeat of the vocal. And remember, the whole vocal's in the same key, hopefully.
Feel like I'm running out of time. Oh, if I just
We can kind of, you know, you can set it on half note or quarter note. It just all depends up to you.
try to be patient. Feel like I'm running out of time. Oh, just lose my mind.
Something like that will work for this example. So what we'll do is we'll take that and then run it through. We'll just bounce it in place. We'll actually we'll throw on normalize because it'll be a little bit lower. Actually, you know what? We won't normalize it. Okay, so these are our vocals.
Try to be patient. Feel like I'm running out.
And obviously these aren't the most immediate results as the other techniques, but these are like nice vocal chops that we can actually use. And then we can actually take method 2, which we go in here, throw on slash. Maybe we can lower that down a little bit. We don't want all those. Okay, I'm thinking that. Cool. Slice of flex. Oops. Wrong way. Okay. So these are like literal, these are already vocal chops. We don't have to worry about, you know, getting the right transients or anything like that. They're here for us, and we can start organizing them and playing with them in whatever ways we want. We can throw each individual one of these in the sampler. We can start rearranging them kind of like we did in method 2. But I kind of like this method mainly because it's like a combination of all three of the first 2 methods. You know, you get these tight transients and you can throw them in a sampler, or you can start playing with them. And of course, throw some reverb on there so there's space in between. My go-to is the Vintage Verb by Valhalla, just because you can get real nice reverb pretty quick. And these are like a little tight. Maybe we could have ran LFO tool a little looser. And we don't have to we don't have to make them this tight either because they're half notes, remember? So we can run that like that. I don't like that. Maybe something like this. And then we'll throw our fades on. I kind of like that up, if we can find a longer up. We might just be able to stretch that out if we can't find anything. I'll show you guys how to do that. So that would work for like some funky house or whatever. I actually like that. What I was talking about before is we can actually take this. We can go to I'm gonna go to monophonic and then stretch that out. What happened there? I actually like that original. See, that gives you quick vocal chops pretty quickly. I like that method because LFO Tool just kind of shapes the transients pretty nicely to their actual vocal chops, like to start working with immediately. Instead of the whole, when you just slice it, you just get it's not shaped, the tail isn't shaped into an actual, like, you know, maybe like a simple ADSR type sound, like the sound of like a typical synth, you know, an envelope. But anyway, yeah, that's 3 ways to chop vocals in Logic Pro. 3 ways that I use, and I think are some of the most effective ways, at least. I hope you guys found some value in this video. This has been Animal House with Academy FM. You guys have a great day. Peace.